Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new Unit in Depth video. This time I want to talk about the Sororitas Command Squad. In one of my videos I talk about the Canones. So to unlock this unit, you have to have a Canones in your army. You have first to choose a Canones, and then you can have one of these units for each Canones that you have in your army, and this unit does not count in the organization force. So this is very at the old style. We know that today this is changing, but this is how it's working. So what you have for this, and this is one of the abilities that the Canones can bring. And yeah, let's make a look what we have here. So for 65 points, you have an infantry unit that is composed by 5 Celestians. The Celestians have weapon and ballistic skill 4, strength and toughness 3, 1 wound, initiative 3, 2 attacks, and leadership 9. So they are like veteran adeptus sororitas, sisters of battle, with 1 point more in weapon skill and 1 attack additional. So then they are equipped with power armor, ball pistol, ball gun, frag grenades, crack grenades, and they have the Act of Faith, the Shield of Faith, and the Stubborn. So it's good, unless I guess if you have to use the Stubborn ability, it's because you're losing a lot in close combat. Take into account that this unit cannot be increased over 5, so you are not going to use a lot the Stubborn rule, because if not, you are dead, most likely. Shield of Faith is giving this extra plus that all the Sisters of Battle have, or all the in the Adeptus Sororitas have, and then the Act of Faith is Endless Crusade. Endless Crusade is one use, can be used in the Soul phase, and if successful, all models in the Sororitas Command Squad unit gain Fleet, Crusader, and move through cover. So really, is a rule to improve your movement in the assault phase and to make your assault easier. As you have frag grenades, then if you attack against difficult terrain, you are not penalized. The other thing we have to take into account, they have initiative 3, so most of the times they are going to be slower or at the same time as any opponent. They have the same initiative as the Imperial Guard. What else what are the different options? Because this is the unit that have more options in the whole codex. So let's make a look in the options that we have, and then we are going to check what are the best build-ups that we can have on this unit. So one Celestian may be a great Hospitalier, replacing their ball gun with Surgeon tools. And remember, the Hospitalier and the Dialogus have worse profile. They have 1 attack less, and they have weapon skill 3 instead of 4. So you're losing. So you pay for the equipment, but you're losing stats. This will give feel no pain to the unit. It's as any doctor or any any doc in any other command squad. So is the way to give feel no pain by 10 points. Then we have one Celestian may be upgrade to a Dialogus, replacing their ball gun but by a load hailer. And the load hailer, what is giving is that any unit within 12 inches of the model can resolve failed leadership when attempting an act of faith. To be fair, you don't want to sacrifice one of your veterans to have this ability. Here I have in the picture the Dialogus, but I think it's much better to have this on a vehicle. But on top of that, the Dialogus have the special ability to be able to have Ecclesiarchy relics. In the Ecclesiarchy relics, we have a lot of special weapons and a lot of special things. But I don't think you want to keep this lady that is almost useless with better armor or with better save. The only thing that makes sense is to put her with the litanies of faith. That, if I'm not wrong, let me check. No, the Book of St. Lucius is the one that you want to use in her in case you want something. The Book of St. Lucius is only 5 points, and then all final units at 12 inches of the rear automatically pass Fear and regroup test. Remember that you don't pass moral checks. So if you lose in close combat and you are catch, you are going to die anyway. The litanies of faith. The bearers and the unit and any independent character that has joined the bearers unit automatically pass leadership test required when attempting to use the act of faith or war in. This can sound very nice, but we are going to see that in that case, the aim or the purpose of this unit that is having the endless crusade is being stubborn. Looks like they are dedicated to close combat, but with these stats, force 3, toughness 3, initiative 3, they don't have really the stats to deal with most of the close combats, unless you go against something like Imperial Guard. And even in that cases, Imperial Guard will hit you at the same speed. So yeah, I'm not sure the dialogues, all these upgrades to be better in close combat is making sense. Let's keep looking, and then at the end I will analyze what is for me one of the best buildings. All the unit can take Melta Bombs for 5 points. This can be very interesting indeed. This is, I think, one of the things more interesting, but we have a lot of Melta in that army, so maybe it's not needed neither. One Celestian might take one of the following, so you can put a Blessed Standard. The Blessed Standard is giving at 12 inches of the bearer, it can roll morale, fear, and pinning test. So it's competing with the San Lucius, and I think San Lucius is doing better work there. Morale is very important to be able to repeat morale. And then we have the Sacred Banner of the Order for 40 points, and I think this is not worth it a lot. Is all friendly units at 12 inches of the bear have +1 attack, reroll, failing morale, fear, and pinning check. But we are paying 40 points for that. And one other Celestian can take a Simulacrum Imperialis. This means that you can have two acts of faith per turn. But see that each one is occupying. You have 5 Sisters of Battle. If you take the Hospitalier, the Dialogus, the Banner, and then you take on top the Simulacrum, you are using 4 of them. Because then it comes for me what is the important rule. Any other Celestian might take items from melee, ranged, special weapons, and or heavy weapons. So, and here is where we have. What we have in melee. The melee, the only thing that for me makes sense, or you can do 2 things on melee. You can have you can try to go for a cheap close combat unit with 5. You put all of them, you go to melee and you take chainsaw for free. So all of them can have chainsaw. In principle, so this means that by default, as all of them can take from melee except the Dialogus and the Hospitale. So all of them by default have 3 attacks because they will have the chainsaw for free. You can put them how it's called this power weapons, but the power weapons is costing 15 points for each, and it's going to be very expensive for attacks of strength 3, so I don't think it's really worth it. All of them can have range weapons. In range weapons we have the shotgun. Well, the shotgun cannot be taken by them, it's only Minister and Priest, but we have the Stone Bolter, 5 points, I don't think it's worth it. We have Combi, Melt and Plasma, Combi Flammer, Melt and Plasma, but I think if you want to go for that, for the points, it's better to have the actual weapon, because Flamer is 5 points, so why you will pay for a Combi Flamer if you have a Flamer for 5 points, and the Meltagun is 10 points, so not seeing, unless you want to have the Plasma, make no sense to go for the Combi weapon. They can have the Condemnor Volgan, but it's I will not advise to use this weapon. I'm not. It's a weapon that I don't like. Let me give a minute, and I will tell you what the Condemnor Volgan is mainly anti-psychic. So any psychic that takes unsafe wound from the crossbow shot, So and is 24 inches, strength 5, no AP. Suffers perils from the warp in addition to any other effects. Now that perils are stronger, this can make more sense. So, but it's 10 points for each. And then the last things that you can take is range and special weapons. Here I see 4 ways to work with that. I think the only upgrade that makes sense from the previous ones is the Hospitalier. If you want to give feel no pain and put inside your your cannones. If you're going to go close combat, I will not do any other upgrade. Just that, the sword, and try to use the cannones for to tank to put some equipment on the cannones. I will not even put any power weapon. But I think where they go better if you use the ability to take special or heavy weapons. If you are short of heavy support, you can use them to have another heavy support unit. I will only do that if I don't have I don't have slots anymore for how it's called for the Retributor squad. If I can put Retributor squad, they are better because the Act of Faith is related to the shooting. Here the Act of Faith is only for close combat, remember. So, but if I have all my heavy support slots full, we can use this squad to have another unit with heavy weapons. And if you don't have more space for Dominus and you have everything full, you can also use this unit to have a unit with four Melta guns. And the last option is to use flamers. You can use a combination of 2 heavy flamers and 2 normal flamers, for example. I will always use 4 weapons, for example, and have the how it's called this, and have 1 hospitalier to give the feel no pain to the unit. And then you also can include inside your cannones to have some additional protection and feel no pain. This is the only things, the ways I see them to work. I see more than to work as a shooting. Because to be fair, with these stats, I don't think they are good enough for close combat. Even if they have 3 attacks, yeah, they are going to deliver 15 attacks. If you have assault, 20 attacks of strength 3 and weapon skill 4. Even against Imperial Guard, 20 means that you will do about 12, 13. Of these 13, 7 wounds. Of these 7 wounds, if you are going to, they are going to save about 2. So you are going to kill 5 Imperial Guard, and in return they can hit you back. And if you go against a big unit of Imperial Guard, forget it. You are not going to deliver. There are better options, I think, in the Codex to go in close combat. I think if you want to go into close combat, there are much better options like the Repentia or like the Ecclesiarchic Battle Conclave. So I think, yeah, you want to keep them very cheap. You want to give additional protection to the cannones. Put them with the chainsaw, ball pistol, ball gun, 65 points, and then just the grade 10 points, 75 points for that. They are going to be good against units that are not specialized in close combat. You want to give more shooting in short range, you can put them with flamers, and you can do or not to put the Hospitale, depending if you are short of points or not. You want some additional long range shooting, put them with heavy bolter. I will not recommend, I don't like to have the multi-melta on a walking unit. I think we have the immolators in that, and we have the Dominus with the melta gun to get close to the enemy and use the melta. A multi-melta on a infantry unit most of the times are not going to be able to shoot except snap shooting. And these are the build-ups. Please let me know how you use this squad. Uh, uh, and if you use any of the other upgrades, I don't think the other upgrades, and if you prefer to use them as a shooting squad or as a close combat squad. So leave your opinion below, and that's all what I want to talk about this squad. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.